The following podcast is a member of the Pokecasters Network. Pokecasters Network, supporting Pokemon content creators, their shows, and the community of Pokemon fans. To find out more, check out PokecastersNetwork.com or find us on Twitter and Facebook.
It's a name tag on my dice bag, which I'm like, this dice bag is exclusively in my backpack. If I lose the dice, I've lost a lot more.
What if someone is trying to pickpocket you and just utterly fumbles the bag, like quite literally? and then your dice bag is just sitting there on the ground, and they you notice that when they run away, and you're like, well, that was weird. And you zip up your bag and you carry on, and your dice bag is just sitting on the ground.
Well, it depends on what the dice rolled when the pickpocket happened, if they spilled out.
That's true. Hello everyone, welcome to Not a Scratch, the only podcast that believes that Scratch is an overpowered move. I am your host, your PM, your DM, your GM, Andrew himself, and with me here recovering from a sickness that he's been having effectively since Arc 3.
It's me, Muhammad. Send help, please. And over to my right is someone who can only juggle with their thumbs and pinkies, but like not actually the rest of their hands.
Hi, it's me, Daisy. And I can only do it because the things I'm juggling are just so tiny that you can't see it, so you have to believe me.
Hello everyone, welcome to Not a Scratch. If you can tell, I'm recovering from a sickness that may or may not have impacted me last time, I can't remember. But as a result, I'm more energetic. Yeah.
I can tell.
No.
And now I'm tired.
There you go. See, we just passes on one to the next. This is Not a Scratch, a show all about folks getting scratched or not. Now, it is the episode time. Before we begin, of course, we need to shout out Mansoor. Mansoor is... have either of you got an update from Mansoor? I'm gonna be honest, I have not checked.
I thought he, got sucked into Pokemon Scarlet and Violet and was adventuring around Kitakami, but I don't know.
Ooh,
That could just be because I battled him in my demo.
I was expecting Iberian Peninsula, I was expecting Paldea, but no, he's all the way in Japan. Fair play.
Respect. In that case, I should probably text him and let me know. No spoilers, even though I don't care that much. Don't spoil it all the same. Shout out to Mansoor, shout out to us, shout out to last week's episode, which was about...
only the greatest character ever invented, just in the world.
I think the Discord may have a couple of characters that they might be willing to throw hands with you on that, but hey, listen, I'm gonna stay out of it. I'm gonna stay out of it.
Look, we invented berry crossbreeding. I think Dr. Professor Berry is
yes, Dr. Professor Berry.
Above all else.
Very true. We found Daisy's
a true scholar.
A true scholar. Yep. That's right. We that was at least half the episode. Developing a berry system that has not been fully fleshed out, but does exist, and will kind of be made up as we go along until or unless somebody, namely me, actually properly makes something. So, both of you, if you want to throw some wild ideas out there, they might become canonized. So I'm just saying.
We made
theoretically, there was
berries.
other stuff that happened as well. We did make Soren berries. That's true.
Oh yeah, and Manaphy pointed out to the ocean and went, "Dew."
Ah, that's right, dew. Yes. Which we further established as something called the Fion dew, which will make sense to some people, confuse other people, and probably doesn't mean much to these two for now.
Nope.
That's all I'll say about that.
But what do the Fiondu do?
That's why you're getting it, so man, if you can tell you.
Do.
Well, with that mature response there, I think unless there's anything else you'd like to add to the recap of last week's episode.
I mean, there was two things that happened. Dew and
Very
Berry.
True. I mean,
it was Dew and it was Berry.
I feel like we should also mention they are heading out from Den City, walking in the direction of the edge, right? You're walking to the edge.
Yes.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Because
So as they travel
the dancer was like, yeah, maybe stay on foot, and we were like, okay.
yes.
Head to the edge.
I think without further ado, we can
Yeah.
dive on in.
Deal.
Splash. More splashes. It's sort of, kind of. I mean, you're near the river. I'm just curious, actually. I forget if we established this or not. You're walking along the edge of the region. I feel like we should specify that.
The coast.
You're walking along the coast. Coast is probably a better word. You're walking along the coast of the state here. You've constantly had the ocean to your left, effectively, right?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure of that. So, splash, splash, legitimately, as you hear the ocean waves start to go up across the cliffside that you're parking by.
Across the cliffside is concerning.
Hitting the cliffside. It's on the
Okay.
cliff. You don't see it.
If it's coming up across the cliff, we're there.
That's a fair point. You hear it, you don't see it, so you're comfortable. It is the nighttime of August 22nd. A nice, calm, cool tool. I don't know. And we ended last episode with you guys about to go to bed. Before you go to bed, and the fact that I'm emphasizing this suggests that something will happen when you go to bed. Is there anything you would like to do? I might have asked you this previously. You said no, and then ended the episode.
I think that's
It's a new episode,
I think that's
it's a new
exactly where we left off the last episode.
Yeah,
I've
I'm
already
pretty sure-
preemptively rolled a die.
Pretty sure after the bear left, the berries left, we were like, all right, it's time to go to sleep. And you were like, no, I didn't get to do a dream this episode. And we
That's
were like,
true.
ha ha ha.
Well, I'm about to, but since it is a new episode day, I will give you the opportunity, if you'd like, to either talk to each other about anything, do anything, prepare anything, whatever you feel like.
I stay up all night.
If you
Don't
want
go
to,
to
I will
sleep.
allow that. It will probably have some negative benefits or negative consequences.
I want my
But
belly
you will.
back. I'm sleeping.
Yeah, no, the only thing I would do is maybe like put a berry or something in the garden plot I've got, but
Okay. Do you have a? We specified that you had 2 slots, right? So that you could crossbreed if you wanted to. Is there anything you would like to put down? Did I say I was going to keep track of this, or you would keep track of this? Or do
I
you
don't
wanna
know.
spell it?
We could probably do both, I guess. I don't know.
I have space on my sheet is 30 pages long or whatever. So
There's also in the little inventory slot on your character sheet. There are a million spots that we're never gonna get to. You can just use those.
that's true.
That's true. I'm just gonna actually write it next to the number of item that I have. So I think I want to put 1 chesto berry and 1 oran berry in there.
Rose is cooking up the ultimate resto chesto. Step aside.
Excuse me, it's gonna be
Step aside, Mewtwo the Unrivaled.
it's gonna
new
be a
boss.
chorin berry,
So remind me again, it is a chesto berry and
oran berry,
an orange berry.
oran or resto berry.
Orento?
I don't know.
Cheston? I feel like Chorin is the one that rolls best off the top.
Yeah. Chian berry.
That's it, that's the one.
Or orche berry. Orchesto. Stoneberry.
That's the one.
It's a stone berry, really.
STOAN. Who knows?
It looks like Stoan, but it is pronounced just Stone.
Yep. And it's actually just a rock. Look, I found my calling in this world. Let me invent.
Let me invent the berries.
It's actually a node that grows on the root of the berries that you have to pick up, and it's a rock.
And you can't actually eat it. You just like let it melt in your mouth like a jawbreaker.
Yeah. Well, it heals you and wakes you up, so you just like rest them on your eyes, and all the goodness just seeps in. I don't know. We'll see.
Okie doke. So, we are going. I feel like we discussed this previously. I don't know if I'm sticking with what I said previously. If not, it's very close. But every think the easiest thing to do is every night. So every night, I'm just gonna ask you to roll a d20 plus nature.
Okay.
Okay, so.
And nature is.
I believe it's a smart roll. It's smart or beauty.
Okay. My smart is 1, my
nature
beauty is 2.
Nature is smart.
Okay.
Roll smart.
That is an 11.
So sorry, not tonight. Sorry. Every 24 hours. So tomorrow night, for example.
Suspicious.
Well, because you just planted it now, you're not gonna have to. As soon as you put the berry in, all of a sudden you see a plant stalk jump out. Right?
Yeah, that's how it works.
You don't know how good I am.
That's not how it works.
Have you
Alright,
ever
we're
played
gonna
Pokemon?
I have. That's why I know it doesn't work like that. I don't put the berry in and immediately half a berry shoots out. So Chesto Berry, I'm going based off Gen most recent, so in this case Gen 7, of how many cycles it takes for a berry to grow. So Chesto Berry takes 24, Orin takes 24, so a total of 48 to create our new, whatever we're going to call it, berry. Every 24 hours, you roll a d20. I'm just going to keep adding that up. Once you break past 48, or whatever the equivalent number is for any future berries, then boom, you get 2 combo berries.
Cool.
Oh no, I also said that's right. The longer it takes, the more berries you will get. The shorter it takes, you get them quicker. So if it takes 10 days, then you'll get 10 berries. If it takes 2 days, then you get 2 berries.
Cool. I don't even really plan on using these berries other than maybe cooking. So
I will potentially, maybe depending on how far I go into this, turn this into its own little like mini system of berryism. So do not worry, I will be going way too hard into this.
By the end of this show, I will have helped build an entire cooking system.
Of course, Anirudh entertains Daisy's absolutely busted mechanics because Daisy doesn't plan on abusing this in the way I would.
That's very true. If you had requested this, I would have A, banned it, or B, limited it to once per arc or something.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll
Once
crush
per
up
arc,
these
you get
berries and
one
see
berry.
what pigment they make.
Just turn them into paints or something.
Yeah.
That might be the only way I allow Muhammad to do it. Is just to say, yeah, you can do this, but it's only going to make colors for paints. For the artiste.
Listen, you already gave me 1 Soren berry. I'm happy.
That is true. Anything else you would like to do, though? We have planted this, so just gonna remind myself every night that...
Now we go to sleep.
A berry thing. Alright, so go to sleep. If you haven't already, go ahead and roll your smart rolls for Arcana as we go into a dream sequence.
You know, earlier, the die that I preemptively rolled, I picked up because it had been long enough that I was like, you know, maybe I want a fresh roll. And I'm regretting that decision because I have no idea what that other die was. I never actually looked at it. This one was a 3.
19 plus 1, 20.
Okie doke.
Okie dokie.
Sorry, I'm sorting my dice out because I felt like this was the time to do it. So we go to sleep. Everyone's nice, calm, cool, collected. I'm just curious, by the way, and this is me slightly stalling so I can continue to sort my dice out. Do you guys have like a campsite, or do you just like sleep on the ground? Or...
I'm sure
we
we've
haven't
like made a
established really how this works in the
campfire
past.
or whatnot.
Yeah, like no tents, but you know.
Yeah.
Alright, cool.
Kyle's been doing this adventuring thing long enough. He's found a way to get comfortable sleeping outdoors.
That's what I was wondering, because like I'm not sure if we fully established like how your outdoor adventures normally go.
Here, Anirudh, do you want me to roll a die for you? All right, sure. You got a 9. Do with that what you will.
Oh, I'm sitting here like wondering because it looked like for a second I had an extra D20 and I'm like, where did this come from?
You don't question these things, Anirudh. You take it. You take it and you go.
I know. But it would have just not matched any of the other color schemes I've got.
It's
anyway,
a free D20.
It's a D20 that magically appeared. That's almost confusing. All right, anyway. So, all right. I like this. Both of you go to bed. I'm going to give you guys the option. You two can discuss whether or not you want to do this. Depending on which one you choose, we'll go down each of those paths. Do you guys want to have the same dream or different dreams?
Why are you asking us this? That's terrifying.
There is no difference in terms of...
Considering that one of us failed and the other rolled a dirty 20. Why are you... What's going on? What are you cooking?
Same dream. As I'm slipping
what
into my
Daisy
dream
wants.
state, I see a
Daisy, pick odds.
the astral Kyle, and I grab his arm. We go into the same dream.
All right, Daisy, odds or evens.
What? I said same dream.
Yeah, and I'm saying odds or evens. I'm not. I'm letting the die decide for me what my vote
I
is.
don't know. Sure.
Pick odd or even.
Odd.
That's another 3. Sure, same dream.
Okay. You guys both go to bed nice, calm, cool, and collected. And what feels like a little bit later, you wake up to hear the sound of the ocean. It seems like all is fine. You're sleeping on the grass. All is good. Nothing really surprising. I assume both of you wake up a little bit. It's still dark outside.
But like same spot. Wake up. Yeah, like it just feels like we've just woken up in the middle of the night.
Yeah, it feels like you've woken up in the middle of the night.
Okay.
I mean, I rub my eyes, look up.
You look around and you see yourself on the edge of, it feels like a cliff. It seems like where you were, but something internally, Daisy, you can feel doesn't feel right about this. This isn't the place that you fell asleep. Looks like it, but it's not.
When you say we wake up on the edge of a cliff, you don't mean literally right on the
No,
edge.
no. I mean like a little bit of distance away, kind of similar to how you fell asleep. You know,
Where-
I assume you guys didn't sleep where if you rolled over, you'd fall off a cliff or anything.
Gonna really risk this one. I mean, I look around, it feels kind of different. I guess I'll just say, do you feel that, Kyle? Are you there? Hello?
I think Kyle was like, oh, I must have just woken up, and just hearing Rose like, oh, I must have also woken up. Kyle just kind of like raises his hand as if to say like, I'm trying to sleep, and rolls back over. Because Kyle doesn't sense anything wrong, right?
Kyle, you don't sense anything wrong as you're
Kyle
looking out this way.
accidentally rolls off the
Do you
cliff.
turn around? Is my question.
I mean, Kyle,
Because when you like flip over to turn to bed, I'm thinking like, oh, you're sleeping where your face is looking out across the cliff, and if you're like, I don't want to talk to you, you turn around. You know, do you do that?
yeah. Kyle like rolls over to fall back asleep, like on like his other side, like yeah, like that's.
All right. As you roll over, you see not an empty wasteland for the most part, or effectively just a bunch of grass behind you, but a large building instead. That was definitely not there when you fell asleep. And I think
Yeah,
Rose,
okay.
you notice this as well as you turn around.
As soon as Kyle notices, he kind of just sits up, looks at the building, looks at Rose, looks at the building.
I don't want to
like,
talk to you. What?
I'm
Do I recognize the
not trying to
building?
sleep. What is going on?
Do I recognize the building?
Daisy, you feel like you recognize the building, but yeah, you rolled. Remind me, you rolled a 19 before or
19
after
plus
the,
1, yeah.
Oh, dirty 20. Okay. Yeah, you recognize the building, all right. There's one slight difference before it, but you recognize this building very well because you were outside walking around it just a few episodes ago. But that's not right. That building was white.
So this is the blank mansion, but not?
Right, because instead of being pure white, this one is pitch black.
Is this one a stack attacker?
No comment.
You won't know until you
I
go
just
inside and you
said it.
see the eyes.
But you see this pitch black mansion that, besides that, looks very similar to the one that you were walking around. Because you actually spent some time walking around the entire facility looking for Rock and Rampage and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So you would recognize that this side is the side that like fell off into a sheer cliff. You know, on the other side of the house is the garden. You know, if you were to walk to the front of the house, you'd start to see the docks and everything. The back is where the shed was, and the forest and stuff.
So, like, where we're standing was open air space? At the other mansion?
Where you were standing. So the way that I described it, if you were looking at the front of the house, so you saw the front door in front of you. On the left side, there was enough space for a bunch of people to walk, but after about 30 or 40 feet, it kind of fell into a cliff.
Okay.
While the other side had much more space, and they built like a garden of some sort. So
And
you
we're
are in
on that sheer cliff side?
You're on that sheer cliff side. So if you were to look towards the ocean and go running, after about 2 seconds, you would fall off. You know what I mean?
Well,
I
7
do-
seconds when you count the cartoonish hang time in the air.
That's true. 2 seconds before you run out of ground. Kyle, I think for you, this just looks like a slightly familiar place. Like it's on the tip of your tongue, but you can't seem to figure it out.
Yeah.
Do you know this place, Kyle? It reminds me of the blank mansion that we just were at, but
Kyle, like, his eyes widen when Rose says that, and then he turns to the building and kind of squints trying to see it, and then just kind of shakes his head like, no, I don't see it.
I don't think it is. But I don't know. Maybe it was part of the same cookie cutter house project?
Kyle just kind of shrugs and then stretches and gets to his feet and just nods his head over like, so are we going or?
Well, this definitely wasn't here before, right?
Kyle shakes his head no.
Okay. Maybe we should just keep on traveling then? Like pack up our things and go? Because I'm a little freaked out if buildings are just going to start appearing. I think that's why it feels so weird right now. Also, I'm going for the angle that Rose doesn't realize this is a dream.
Yeah. No. I'm trying to think if Kyle would realize that, like, yeah, no, this probably isn't reality. I think Kyle is just gonna very quickly try to hit his little reality check to see, what's going on here.
Okay.
Isn't that just a dream versus vision check or something, though?
Well, yeah.
That is true. You can distinguish between if this is a dream or a vision, not necessarily. I mean, yeah, you probably could tell if it's reality or not. I think a reality check is literally just, the pinch yourself type thing.
Yeah, or the
Kyle wakes up and disappears.
Let me just
Oh my gosh, Kyle, where'd you go?
Yeah, also the little if you could fly around or float around, right? You're dreaming, or at least having some sort of a vision or something. I forget exactly how we established this.
If you can fly, everything is fake. It's all in your imagination.
Yeah.
If you cannot fly, this is either reality or something really important you ought to check out.
Yeah. So Kyle's just gonna hit his little his little dream check there.
I don't think you need to roll for any of this. You do your reality check thing. So I think Rose, to you, this is effectively Kyle doing a bunch of jumping jacks and a minor slap to his own face.
Okay, are you getting ready to travel? Is that what's going on? Your morning exercises?
You can confirm the following: A, original you is asleep, so this is some sort of dream-esque thing. B, this is not a dream, therefore it's a vision. I think we've classified this as vision.
Yeah.
So this is a dream that you want to pull out your notepad and start taking notes down.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Kyle, all right, Kyle, after try to jump up a little bit and give himself a little pinch on the arm, right? He's gonna turn to Rose and be like, "Don't worry, it's not real. It's a dream. Let's go."
Oh, okay. I guess just like the last one we had about the mansion. I started looking to see if there's other people around.
Kyle nods yep, exactly. You get it. Let's go.
Yep, you understand.
Are there other people around like the last one, or it's just us?
So far in the darkness, all you see is you two and Manaphy. Well, you see your bags, so Manaphy's in that.
Probably want to bring Manaphy, so I'll grab the bag or ask Kyle to grab the bag, and then we could go explore.
I don't know if we've established how this works with dreams, but we know real Manaphy is safe. So
real Manaphy is safe, yes, but
yeah.
I would not recommend taking this Manaphy and throwing it off the cliff.
Well, of course.
Go find your dude.
I'm just saying.
No. I think Kyle's just gonna, wave away Rose from the bag. Be like, it's okay. Kid's fine. Let's go.
Okay. I just thought they might want to go on an adventure, I guess.
Kyle just shakes his head and just goes, "Let them sleep," and just starts walking. Hey, it's Cough Drop Muhammad here, and I want to thank all yins for tuning into this week's episode of Not a Scratch. Before we get back to the action, here's your weekly reminder to follow/subscribe to the show if you haven't already, and make sure that you've got notifications on too. If you, for some reason, like what you're hearing, leave us a review with 5 of those star thingies and share us with your sibling, pet, or the nearest carpenter to help build up the show. As always, you can connect with us more directly on our website, notascratchcast.com, and our community Discord server, where we're collecting questions for our Arcly live Q&A episode coming to a headphone or speaker near you. Many thanks to GlitchX City for her songs Kirby's Dream Land and Pokemon Center Lo-Fi Lullaby Remix, and Tabletop Audio for their soundscapes Investigator's Office and Mansion Night. And, as always, a moment of appreciation for our patrons: Ginny, Ursa93, Eli, Pure Glaceon, Damon Liger, Lord Toffee, Simon Pelawakin, Fennec, Evelyn C, Journeyman Negative, Robert O, Arming Sword and Buckler, Blue Airweir, and Dark Ride Drive. Their generosity helps us pursue some of our more ambitious projects, so consider joining their ranks if you're in a financial situation to do so. Check out the links in the episode description for more details on everything I've mentioned, and feel free to reach out to us through Discord, our socials, or email with any questions, comments, or concerns. Now back to our regularly scheduled tomfoolery.
All right. You guys walk where exactly? You're on the, again, from the front door's perspective, you are on the left side of the house.
Kyle's
From the
walking
house
towards the
perspective,
building.
So towards the front door, I guess?
I
'Cause
guess.
again,
Like,
you're on the side of the building. Right?
Yeah.
Like, if this is a house, you're on the side, one of the sides.
yeah, I guess Kyle just kind of gets up and starts making his way around the building. If we're right now, I thought we were a little farther away from the building, but
Yeah, you're a couple, like 20 feet.
okay, yeah. Kyle's gonna start like making his way around the building, like looking for like a door or like anything of note.
Okay. Rose, I presume you follow.
Yeah.
Cool. So you guys walk towards the front door, effectively, of this mansion. As you look out as you're walking around, you look out to your right, you can see that pathway very similar to the one that you guys walked up when you came to the Blank Mansion. You can see the docks in the distance, and the fact that this, as a reminder, is effectively a mini island. So, you could swim to get out. I don't know how far you'd be swimming, or if that's a feasible option, but that is theoretically a thing as you get down, if you wanted to go down to the docks and look for the boats, but I don't think that's part of your plan right now.
Nah, not particularly. At least not for Kyle, because I don't know if Kyle has put together that this is the evil Blank Mansion.
I don't. At this point, I don't think you would fully. This just feels familiar to you.
Yeah, Kyle's just like, oh, something feels funny. Let me look around and see if I can figure out where I am. Like,
So you walk over.
this feels funny.
You walk over, walk around, and see the front door. The front door right now is closed.
I would knock on the front door, be like, "Hello, is anybody home?"
You knock on the door and get no answer.
I knock louder, "Hello, hello."
Continuous knocks on the doors. Eventually, you can start to hear the echo from inside the building itself as you hear the door knock through the door in a way, just because of how hard you're banging. But again, no answer.
Sounds like nobody's home. I mean, if this is a vision thing, like you said, are we supposed to find this place?
Kyle, like, this is the most genuine look of, like, I don't know on his face. Like,
'Cause
I was
that's
like,
what we were supposed to do last time.
Kyle has, like, the blankest look on his face. It was like, I don't know what's going on. Just kind of shrugs and starts to continue making his way around, like, the other side of the house.
Okay.
I would probably start looking for recognizable landmarks, I guess. Like, around the edge. It's like you said, it's an island thing, but, like, can I see past the water where we might go if we were trying to get here?
Partly
Like how we
due
went
to
to
the fact that
Steamport?
partly due to the fact that it's nighttime, and partly just because of lack of vision. The ocean seems to continue through the horizon, so it doesn't seem like anything is close enough, at least, that you'd be able to signal to land. As you
Even if I, like,
continue-
went down to the docks where the boats were?
Would you like to? You could split up if you'd like.
Probably.
Okay. So it sounds like Kyle's gonna go around the other side of the house.
Yeah.
Rose goes down to the docks. That sound right?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll stick with Rose here. Rose, you walk down the pathway to the docks. At this point, you are sure, hey, this is Blank Mansion, except it ain't blank anymore. And as you head down towards what were previously the docks, again, you can see that sort of wooden path, almost like a fishing pier in a way, but no ships. There's nothing tied down. And as you look across the horizon, there seems to be some small light, almost like a lighthouse in a way. Or maybe that just seems to be some sort of flashing light. If you had to guess, you would guess it's a lighthouse. But not much more than that. So at best, in that direction, there is something signaling light.
Okay.
Beyond that, though, you're not able to get too much. And even if that was land, it's not easy to get there with no boats and no, with the ocean doing oceany things.
That's fair.
I
I don't know what Kyle found, but he's probably moved on. I would head back to the front door, yeah. But
Okay.
Kyle's walking around, right?
Yeah, Kyle's walking around the house. So, Kyle, you're on the other side of the mansion at this point, and you see a familiar-looking garden setup.
But
I don't
still
know. Would you have recognized it?
I don't know how much time Kyle spent outside.
You were in the garden. The other side of the house, I'm not surprised you wouldn't recognize. This, at least, you, Rose, Pearl, and Mrs. Quagmire were all hanging out here making a game plan.
Yeah.
So
That's
I
when
feel
we
like
talked
if you
to
would
Wishcash.
recognize anything, it would be this area.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because this was before the dinner. Yeah. Okay.
I would leave it up to you if Kyle would recognize that at this point.
Well, I mean, I'd like to say he would. Considering
Because
they
you have
were
all the
just,
information.
considering they were just there like a couple weeks ago.
I think the fact that Rose had mentioned the blank mansion.
It just kind of put the little seed of it in his mind, and now that he sees it, he's like, oh, there's the dot to connect to.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So you recognize this as
Like had
the blank
Rose
mansion
not
except-
mentioned the blank mansion, I don't know if Kyle would put the pieces together, but since it's kind of in the
Mhm.
back of his mind already, it's like, huh?
Right.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think Kyle's gonna continue making a lap around, seeing like now that he knows, like, oh yeah, this is the blank mansion. Kyle's like, all right, let's see if anything along the outside, like of the bits I recognize, like looks the same or different, or if there's any entrance that might work or whatever.
So you want to head to the back of the house.
Yeah, we're making a full lap around.
Okie doke. You walk around to the back of the mansion there. Rose, you have now reached the front door. It looks as intricate as ever.
I mean, can I go inside?
I will say none of you have tried to just open the door.
Yeah.
You kind of just knocked and then walked away.
Well, I wanted to
Would
be
you like to
polite. I would like to try to go inside now.
Okay. You tried to open the door. You were unable to do so. And as you look down to where the handle is for the door, you see 4 separate key slots.
That's weird. Okay, I don't know where to go now, so I just start looking for Kyle, I guess.
Okay, so you're gonna walk around towards the garden.
Sure.
Sure. As you walk around towards the
we're
garden.
walking in the same direction, counterclockwise around this house. Oh God.
Maybe I'll walk
You guys-
the other way, because maybe I saw Kyle walk that direction, so I'll walk the other way.
Okay, so you want to walk back towards
Yeah.
Manaphy's and the bags.
And then continue
Um,
around that way.
So you walk around back where you were coming from initially.
Yeah.
Kyle, you're at the back of the house now. There is the back door for the house that is there. And again, there's like windows and all this stuff. At this point, you're starting to remember, oh yeah, the blank mansion at this door, this window, etc.
Yeah.
So if you look towards the house, you see the back main door and a couple of other smaller side entrances that are locked with small key locks. There seems to be, if you look towards the forest side, there's this sort of shed, I think is the best way to describe it, some sort of tool shed. They presumably have a bunch of gardening equipment, all that sort of stuff. And then a little bit behind that, you see not a thick forest, but just a very small forest.
A little grove.
A grove almost, yeah. It's enough that it would be a slight jog to get from one side to the other for a couple of minutes, and then
A little park.
Yep, almost like a little park in a way. Beyond that, at least from your remembrance of how the blank mansion worked, beyond that is a little bit more grassy land that then effectively what looks like Titanic, the ship of it all goes to a peak, a little bit high up a hill. You can see across the distance there. Do the Titanic pose if you felt like.
Yeah. Okay.
But for now, at least you see that in the distance.
But yeah,
House
no,
tree line.
no obvious differences, and none of the doors.
Again,
work,
the only difference between beyond the fact that it's nighttime right now, the only difference between Blank Mansion and this place is that while the Blank Mansion's house was pure white for the most part, the building itself was pure white. I think the roof might have been red or something. This is pure black.
Yeah. Okay. think Kyle continues making his way around. Just, he hasn't noticed anything different yet, apart from the obvious. So,
Sure. And as you guys walk around, eventually you guys meet up with each other at the corner. Ta-da! I don't know. Discussion, question, conversation.
There's no door handle, but there's 4 keyholes.
Kyle's eyes kind of widen, just like, what?
Also, a lighthouse? Do we know anywhere where there's a lighthouse?
Kyle just kind of shrugs and kind of like, not like nods his head to the left, like, no, back to the first thing. The door's different?
I think we have to figure out where this is in real life, because it's not the blank mansion.
Kyle just nods like very quickly, like, yeah, no, we can figure that out later, but the door is different?
Well, yeah, you can't get inside. There's no door handle, and it's just keyholes.
Kyle at this point is gonna start making his way around the front.
Kyle, like 4 keyholes. Zoom.
You
didn't see
Kyle's
that
like, wait a
when-
minute. Kyle's like, wait a minute, hold on.
Rose, Kyle has vamoosed behind you.
I'm gonna just let him explore. I'm gonna walk through the garden or the forest part.
Okay. Now, Rose, you've actually explored this back area a little bit. I remember
Yeah.
that distinctly. So you see that shed that you remember. You see the forest. I don't think you went through the forest necessarily, but behind the forest is a little bit more grassy land as well before it reaches the peak. Titanic. I just explained this to Kyle. So you know this area is there. Is there anything in particular you want to go to? Like, do you want to explore the shed, the forest, the Titanic peak?
I don't know. I'm just looking for anything that might tell me what this place is or where it might be. I don't know.
Go ahead and roll a d20. Wait, with plus something probably. Hold up.
Roll sense of direction.
Yeah, go ahead and roll a d20. Plus 1 second. Well, I'll leave it up to you. D20 plus what? What do you think would be best here? Depending on what you roll, I'll give you something.
Well, I don't really know what I'm rolling for.
Tough versus cool versus cute versus smart. I will give you information based on a tough factor, a cool factor, a cute factor, a smart factor, etc.
Okay, I guess I'll roll beauty because that's my highest stat.
Okay.
That's a 6 plus 2, 8.
The only thing you get, I think. Well, it's up to you, dude. Is there anything particular you want to check out, or are you just walking around the forest, or the shed, or the?
I was
anywhere particular?
just looking for clues.
The only thing you get, from looking around here, is that it feels like there's this chill in the air.
It's cold.
It is cold. I don't know if you noticed that previously. Maybe it was the fireplace from the real world version that felt comfortable, but all of a sudden now it's like it's a little chillier than I thought it was.
Okay. Then I don't know. It's getting uncomfortable here, and it seems like there's really nothing important going on. So Rose is gonna try and wake up.
Okay. Before you try to do that, Kyle, you're at the front door. It's an intricate door set, very similar to the one that you were just at the blank mansion, and sure enough, Rose was right. Instead of a door handle, there seems to be 4 keyholes.
There's no color on this door at all, is there? Or, near where the door handle should be, I assume?
The door itself is black. The keyholes, however, are not. I'm glad you asked.
Okay, silly man, I'll play your silly game. What are the colors on the keyholes?
Gee, I wonder. Well, let's see. There's a black one. There's a blue one.
Mm-hmm.
There's a green one. And a red one.
Wow. Okay. All right. That's good to know. Kyle only knows. Okay. Little rundown of what Kyle knows. Kyle knows about the 4 keys. Kyle knows the colors of those 4 keys.
At this point, if you didn't, I'd be surprised because I just told you. But yeah.
Yeah. Kyle know. Well, I mean, this is Kyle knows colors of 4 keys, which is why he can connect this to this, right?
Right.
Because otherwise Kyle would be like, oh, red, green, blue, black, interesting, cool. No, but Kyle knows those 4 colors, knows those 4 colors associated with 4 keys, And Kyle knows that the red key is still in his possession in a place where he thinks it's safe.
Mm-hmm.
The magician thief told Kyle that... Which key did the magician thief tell Kyle they had?
Blue, I think.
I think it was blue, yeah.
I think it's blue. Kyle doesn't know that the magician thief got the black key from the Blink mission, right? Because only Rose saw that.
Did
Kyle
I?
didn't.
I think you
Sure.
saw it because you noticed it.
Sure.
Rose saw
well-
it. Rose hasn't mentioned anything. Rose, and I don't know. I don't know what Rose did with that knowledge, but
That's because Rose forgot this knowledge.
yeah. No, like it was a little innocuous thing, like, oh yeah, like whatever. But Kyle didn't notice that at all. Like Kyle had no idea that the black key was even in the Blank mission.
I forget who I mentioned that to. So
No, I remember that Kyle failed the perception roll and Rose passed it, and Rose saw
okay, all right.
that there was a black key that someone took.
Oh,
And
but Kyle didn't take it. Oh,
Kyle didn't see it, and so now
that's what I forgot.
yeah, which is weird because player me has the knowledge of the situation, and Kyle doesn't.
And I don't remember who took it.
I mean, to be fair, I
That
don't know
I-
if Rose
that-
got a good
that I
look at
didn't
who
say.
took it. Yeah, Rose.
That I
Ro-
didn't say.
All Rose knows is it was someone who was not in, or it didn't seem to be someone who was in the search party, right? It wasn't someone that Rose recognized, but Rose also didn't get a good look at them before they just vamoosed,
Mhm.
right? Yeah. And Kyle has
Well, effectively, all you know is that it's somebody that was there and isn't
And-
you guys, obviously.
yeah, and Kyle has no idea. I had no idea
I'm
that-
banking on you here.
Kyle has no idea that any of this went down. So, okay, I don't. I'm wondering, would Kyle leave? No, I think. Yeah, I think Kyle would just be like, okay, cool. There's, I know where the magician thief wants to go now, or at least I know that this building exists. And this is what the magician thief. I forget if the magician thief said why they wanted the keys. Did they say?
They have not.
No, they just said they wanted the keys. I forget if they said they wanted to keep them out of someone's hands or if they wanted the keys for themselves. I don't remember which.
Uh,
The magician thief knows that the recruits are taking the items to keep them out of Hoopa's hands.
correct.
The magician thief didn't reveal their motives with the keys, apart from saying like, "Oh yeah, it's like something similar."
Correct.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So the pieces Kyle have, it all falls into place. I don't know if Kyle can do much with that info. I don't think Kyle has enough information to do anything. I think Kyle's just more like, okay, I see the vision.
I
And,
might be able to help here.
well, Kyle doesn't know
I don't
whether
know
or
if
not
there's
he wants to help. Kyle, still doesn't know whether he can fully trust the magician thief. Because, Good.
Have we gone through all of the explanation stuff in Kyle's head? Are we rewinding down?
Yeah. No,
Okay.
that was both for establishing what Kyle knows and establishing what I know.
Fair point. I'm
Because
just like,
this is a case.
I think
This
this
is
is
a
all
case where I
extremely
actually have to differentiate the two.
I might be able to help slightly with this. For that, however, I will need a d20 roll.
Say less.
I will need a beauty roll in particular.
Oh, did you have to make it that one?
I kind of did. It just makes it more entertaining.
As I was picking up my die, because I need to pick it up to see what the number is, it slipped, and I have no idea what number it actually landed on. So, hold on. There.
What?
My
A natural
fingers up.
20.
Whoa, I rolled a 37. How did I do that?
Anirudh, did it have to be beauty?
It did have to be beauty. If
It
it
couldn't
means
be-
anything, it's not. It doesn't mean anything in particular. It just makes the
It
next
couldn't
one
have been
slightly more
smart.
entertaining. It can be smart. It doesn't really matter. It's more funnier if it's beauty.
It's a cruel joke if it's beauty because I rolled a 9. My beauty is -1. My smart is +1. It's a cruel joke.
We can make it smart. It doesn't make a difference really.
Yay! Give me information.
It's not for information or anything. You feel a gust of wind behind you. That's what you get with the smart roll. We'll count this as a nature. I don't know. You
Like
feel
a
a gust of
whoosh.
wind behind you, like a whoosh.
Okay. almost as if someone just whooshed past.
Almost.
How does Kyle want to play this? Does Kyle want to have this confrontation right now in dream state?
At this point right now, what you have done is you're staring at this door doing the math here. You feel a whoosh, and now we are in that split second of you still staring at the door.
Yeah, I think Kyle's gonna kind of turn around and go, if you wanted to have a conversation, we didn't have to do gestures to all this.
And you turn around to see Rose behind. No, I'm kidding.
Hello, it's me. I've been the magician thief the whole time.
That would be a twist.
And I'm also Hoopa.
That would be a real twist. And like, yeah, you know this character I've controlled for the past 5 arcs? It's actually been Tazy this whole time.
I'm actually Mew, and I can be any Pokemon.
No, that's Ditto.
Well, yes and no. But no, you turn around, and sure enough, you see a cloaked figure with a nice little top hat on, face shrouded in darkness.
That's why I
And-
think it's Hoopa.
And,
Huh?
Don't worry,
What?
post-game.
I think that's a Daisy theory.
Okay.
Face shrouded in mystery. As he just, as the magician chief starts you. Hey, how's it going?
Kyle, I think, kind of gestures behind him and just kind of goes, so, what's so important about this place exactly?
Well, Kyle, to be fair, I didn't exactly choose this location myself. It's kind of one of those things that appear out of nowhere, if you understand what I'm saying. You know,
A moment of
dreams be dreams
serendipity.
and all that.
I have
Dreams
to-
be dreams and all that. But it's very exciting. Also, here, I think you might want this. And he throws out the red key, tosses it on the ground in front of you.
Kyle looks at the key.
This is a dream.
Kyle just looks at the key and just sighs and just looks up and just goes, okay. You've made your point. Can you at least do me the courtesy of telling me what's going on?
Ooh.
That sounds like a no.
On one condition,
Eyebrow raises.
you tell them. And kind of just gestures behind the house.
Kyle's eyebrow continues to be raised and just like, really?
Oh, trust me, my friend. She's got... Are you she, they?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, trust me, my friend. She's got quite a big of a role to play here.
With that,
I look at you like, oh.
with that said, though, I think I am changing my plan of action, though, at the back. I said I wanted to try and exit the dream, but then I have the thought of what if I try and do that aura thing I did at the blank mansion here?
Behind the house?
Just, like, in this general area in the dream, because I remember, like, some weird things were going on with the mansion aura-wise, so if this is similar, I'm sure maybe I would feel something like that if I tried to channel them. But
Cool.
that's
Yeah.
otherwise, you can continue this.
No, I like that. So this thought is put into your head, Kyle. Jump to Rose. Rose is like, well, maybe I should do a quick little aura check thingy thing. I'll leave this up to you. How do you display your aura? Right? When you think of Lucario, you think of aura sphere, or just like palming the ground. I'm thinking of like when like Ash is an aura user, and I think of him like having it on his palm, so he kind of like almost keeps his hand out. I will leave it up to you, however, how you display your aura. Is it just an internal thing, external thing? Do you like have to punch the ground?
I mean, I think it's just breathing, I think, but like I stand straight and put my little Adeno fingers together.
It's almost like a meditation type thing.
Yes, and then just like breathe and try and envision the circle of my breath increasing and decreasing, like a Wii Fit trainer.
Breathe in, breathe out. For
Take
this,
a deep breath.
Rose, I
From
think this
behind the
is
mansion, we just hear
this is
a
our-
salute the sun.
Let's
Rose,
stretch our
give me an
legs.
Rose, give me an Arcana check with advantage.
Okay, and that's a smart, right?
That is a smart roll, yes.
So I got 16 plus 1, 17.
Great. So breathe in, breathe out, and as you breathe in and breathe out, you can start to hear things around you a little bit more. You can start to hear the small sounds of the ocean a little bit more clearly, the sound of the wind blowing the leaves, the house itself not making a single sound, suggesting almost as if, and as you sort of like think, you can feel the outside world coming into your head. You can feel not only is the house basically quiet, there's nobody inside the house. There are, however, 2 people in front of the house, which strikes you as odd because there are 2 people you know that are supposed to be in front of the house. One of them is currently you behind the house, and the other one is in front of the house, which makes sense. So who's this third person? It's not Manfred.
Do I
Manfred's still in the
notice
bag.
do I recognize the aura at all, or
Would you recognize
the only like people that I think
it is?
strictly I've recognized were like halfway a majority of the people that were in the house, I think, and then I think Selena and Lucia.
Right. You would not recognize this person's. There's no name tag that appears with this person, so it's not someone you recognize like that. You do recognize Kyle. You recognize Manfi still asleep in the bag. You recognize yourself, obviously. You don't
And I've
recognize.
confirmed the house is not Stack Attack.
You have
'cause it is
confirmed
not
the house is
alive.
not Stack Attack. That is
Darn.
an important detail to know. You
It's
recognize.
Lord.
You recognize the aura as of someone that was in the house, but you do not recognize who that is. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I guess,
So there's
but
no
then
there's no name tag, but you do know this person was in the house, which confuses you probably. 'Cause
yeah.
You would recognize Selena. You would recognize Lucille. So it's not those 2, and those 2 are the only other aura users you know.
I would probably then just start to make my way up to the front, like confused.
Hmm?
I would make my way up to the front, like confused, because I like want to see who it was. Because
Who's there, right?
yeah. Who are you? Who's that Pokemon?
Sure. So you walk around the side of the house, about to head to the front. Kyle, we jump back to you. Magician Thief has just gestured like you tell them, and all of a sudden you see the thief like look to the distance. Well, I'll leave it up to you. You have about 25 seconds to make your decision here before they find out on their own. So I will tell you what you need to know if you tell both of them, or you tell them.
Out of nowhere, Rose runs up and pulls down the Magician Thief's hood. What? It's been Ralph all along.
I'm back.
Mansoor enters the chat. Hello.
That would throw me for a loop. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. I think Kyle. Because Kyle was okay. That additional little sentence. Yeah. Because when the Magician Thief just said, "Oh yeah, like gotta tell Rose they got a big part to play." Kyle's like, "Okay, well, I guess we're cluing in Rose on this." And then the Magician Thief said, "Well, you got about 25 seconds before they find out." I'm like, "Oh, well, okay." Because Kyle's big concern now is like, well, if Rose is gonna be coming around the house anyways, Kyle wants to keep an eye on the Magician Thief, make sure the Magician Thief doesn't go anywhere, right? So,
The thief right now is just like leaning on the wall.
yeah. I think Kyle just kind of lets out a deep breath and kind of looks up and just says, "You better stick around and keep up your end of the deal."
My dear friend, when have I ever not?
Kyle, immediate look of just like, dude.
To be fair, I have accepted every aspect of the deal that was previously established. I'm just saying.
Kyle just kind of rolls his eyes and is just kind of waiting now that, he's been told Rose is pulling up.
And sure enough, poof! Rose appears kind of confused as how there are 2 figures in front of the front door. There's one that is familiar, that's Kyle, and the other one in this sort of like, at this point, normally, Kyle, by the way, I don't know if I mentioned this previously. The last time you met them, they were in this all white outfit. Right now they're in this all black outfit. So black cape, black top hat, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah, master of disguise over here.
Exactly. Yeah. You know what I do? What if I took the color and inverted it?
So
Well, no, blending in with the surroundings, Before they
True,
were up
true.
on a rooftop, you know, like brand new rooftops, so nice, clean, pristine concrete. You know, the white kind of blends in. Now, they could just kind of sidle up to the edge of the house, and nope, they're not even there. You know.
No joke. Legitimately, had you said I'm not gonna tell Rose, the magician thief would have been like fine, and literally just melted into the house. That was my plan. Now you're gonna tell her, obviously, so it doesn't
Yeah.
make a difference. Rose, you appear. 2 people there. One of them, Kyle. The other one, this figure in black cape, black top hat, does not look familiar to you.
Okay. So I can't tell who it is. So
You cannot
As
tell
I-
who it is.
as I walk up, then I guess I would just like pointedly look at them and say, oh, "Who are you? And why were you at the blank mansion?"
At
That might be
this,
news to Kyle.
at this, Kyle's eyebrows raise, and his head whips around. He's like, "Why were you at the Blake Mansion?" Like he doesn't shout it, but like he's just like, "Excuse me."
The magician thief kind of gives you like a look of like, excuse me.
Question: does this at all remind me of the person who I did see take that black key?
Yes, they've got that vibe.
And I say, why'd you take the black key?
If Kyle's eyes could get any wider in like, dude, really? Like this would be it.
Thief's like, I needed the black key. Okay, first off, Kyle, excuse me, just a moment. My dear Rose, how
And then I look at Kyle and I think I might have found our fairy type.
Kyle still staring daggers into the magician thief's soul, just kind of slowly nods like, yup.
Charmed, I'm sure. Hello, my dear Rose. I've heard so much about you over this past couple of weeks, and I must say, it is even more of an honor to be in your presence.
Who are you talking to about me? I don't know you.
But I know you all too well, and your special gift,
That's weird.
if you say so.
Stranger
Now.
danger, stranger danger.
Kyle, do
I
you know
believe
who
I
this
have-
is?
Oh, my apologies. It is proper for me to introduce myself. Hi, hello. I am the magician thief.
Oh, some weird cop guy was looking for you.
You know, not a fan of that guy. I mean, respect him, but not a fan.
I mean, me too. And it was kind of rude, but that still doesn't explain what's going on here.
Just no elegance with. Regardless, I'm here to
I mean,
shed some
if
light
you're
upon
elegant,
some
it's kind of
questions.
creepy.
You say so. I'm here to shed some light across some questions that this one has, points directly at Kyle, regarding why these are necessary. Pulls out both keys,
Black and blue or black and red?
black and blue. You have the red one, or the red one's on the ground. I don't know if you picked it up.
Yeah.
No, it's white and gold.
Oh gosh,
Are we really doing this? Are we?
we're not doing this.
Who saw black and blue really? Anyways.
That's what I'm wondering. Anyway, that's regardless. He's got black and blue in his hands. Red one's on the ground. I don't know if you picked it up at this point.
Yeah, I think if the magician thief kind of dropped the key on the ground and like walked past it, Kyle's just at this point. I think Kyle just like picks it up. He doesn't have space in his bag for it, so he's just hanging on to it for now before puts it back where he left it.
Kyle, as you pick it up on the ground, I think you just hold on to it real tight to almost make sure like this is the red key, right? Just kind of like
Yeah.
rubbing it off a little bit to make sure like
Yeah.
maybe you colored like a regular key. And instantly, as you're holding onto this key very tightly, you get a weird deja vu moment. As I jump you back to an episode, I don't even remember when this was. I think it's at the end of Arc 5, where Hoopa is showing you a vision of you on the ground in some grass holding onto a red key. If you vaguely remember that, where Hoopa's trying to make a deal with you.
Oh no! I remember that.
You realize
It's kinda
this
like a
is
flash
that
in that vision.
Yeah, you just remember like you get the weird deja vu moment, and then remember
Oh.
Hoopa's deal, real quick, and almost like look to the side, being like, "Am I there? No, I'm not there. Okay." But that yeah.
Question: would I be able to try and force us all out of this dream
You could
the way that
try.
Lucille did to us in the last one?
Did Lucille do that to you?
According to you, yeah.
Did I say that?
We got it with last time we were in the blank mansion dream. We got forced out,
Yeah.
and then when I met up with Lucille, you were like, "Oh, you realize this is the person." who
Oh, I did
forced
say that,
you out of
okay.
the dream.
Right.
But I didn't tell anybody that.
Right, okay.
I just told Kyle
Um,
that it was somebody who was
oh,
there,
That's right. That's why you started going down this rabbit hole of like Lucille's a good guy, bad guy, question mark type thing.
and then maybe Kyle thinks this is the person who did it because.
And maybe, yeah.
But I don't know.
I don't.
Could
I
you
don't
try
know
to
if
force?
I would have put that together because I think I don't.
Because I did say
Right.
that somebody at the mansion was the one who pushed us out of the dream.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
Regardless.
I feel like Kyle heard that as like someone we know at the mansion.
Yeah. Regardless, if that's a thing that I am able to do, at some point I might like to want to try and do that. But I just wanted
You
to
can certainly attempt it. Would
Okay.
you like to attempt it now?
I don't see a reason yet, but if things escalate in a way that Rose doesn't want them to, she might try.
Okay.
So she's
Um,
probably like attempting to figure out how that might work.
The gears are grinding.
Yeah. No, they're turning. They're turning for sure.
These gears are moving. And so I think the magician thief has taken the keys. Kyle, you've gotten up at this point. So, Ruse, to clue you in on this little adventure I personally had, these keys are similar to your special musical instruments. They have the opportunity to unlock specific doors to the future, to the past, to the present, to reality. In fact, this is the house that those keys go into, as exhibited by keyholes A through D.
Okay. And why is this important? I still don't know who you are, so I can't really trust you.
Oh, that's fine. I don't trust you either. Kyle and I currently have a deal going on, which we're trading collateral, I suppose.
Kyle puts the look on his face and was like, I mean, that's not exact. Like, not exact.
So is this what you weren't gonna tell me, Kyle?
Kyle just gestures to the figure and just like, can you blame me? Gesture.
Yeah, it would have been helpful to know. Because I saw this person at the mansion.
At this, Kyle's eyes are like, they widen again because Kyle's like, oh yeah, right. That would have been oh right, yeah, like that wasn't mentioned. It's like, oh, Kyle's like,
I was like, my bad.
well,
Whoops. Probably could have done that.
I'm trying to think how Kyle's putting the pieces together here because Rose already said like, oh yeah, you took the black key, and I think Kyle's just like, did you see him do anything else at the mansion?
I don't work with people who I don't know.
Kyle just has a confused look like, what?
That's just it. Rose is, also remembering back to when there was a hidden-faced Hoopa that was trying to recruit her. And now this person who is also hiding their identity is trying to say we're gonna figure out some sort of thing.
Can Kyle tell that statement Rose made was not directed at him? Because Kyle was very confused.
Oh yeah, probably.
Yeah, because Kyle asked a question and Rose just seemed to, Kyle asked a question and Rose was like, oh, I don't work with people I don't know. Kyle had this momentary moment like, what? Before like, oh, wait, hold on, that wasn't meant for me.
Yeah, you can see that Rose is like looking at the magician thief right now.
Yeah, so Kyle just kind of had like that initial moment like, wait, what? Before like, okay, well, I guess I'm not getting answers to my questions. And it just kind of turns back to the magician thief like, all right, well, Kyle, Rose said something to the magician thief. Kyle's waiting for a response.
Oh, it's just sorry, Rose. You just said? I don't work with people I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, that's fine. I don't need you to know who I am. There are people I need to protect that need to make sure this face, and points under the mask almost, this face is not known. So I keep it a secret because if it's known, it causes issues. Trust me, I know this from personal experience. So you don't.
Well,
have to
I've told
listen
you
to
I
that
can't trust you.
That's fine. You don't.
And
have to
I
listen
would like
me
to
at
try
all.
and dispel the dream now.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a d20.
Do I add anything in particular?
Probably Arcana. This isn't horror.
Come on, dice. Let's make things interesting.
Nat 20, dream interrupt. Goodbye.
Not a nat 20, but it is a 15 plus 1, so 16.
16. Are you going to try to bring Kyle out as well?
Yeah, the plan is just to shut the whole thing down.
Okay.
Rose said, everyone get out of my dream.
Yeah, it's my
Including
dream.
me.
I rolled the 20 at the first. It's my dream. Or,
Okay.
or I just turn it into rainbows and unicorns. No, I'm shutting it down. Basically,
Okay.
just trying to like force wake up, give the kick.
Cool. As the things start dissolving around, I think Rose has literally just broken the dream. So you see, like, almost like a broken glass. You see the sky like break.
I would like
things
to say that
fall.
things start to like unmake themselves into like a collection of musical notes as they fall down.
Yeah, as they fall down, they start like falling in a wave of like a staff and notes, and things start lighting up as well.
And then the notes start falling off the staff and whatnot and everywhere. It melts.
Kyle, as things disappear, you just feel like the Magician Thief's like, well, I've done my job of letting you know. And all you get is one word from the Magician Thief as you guys wake up out of nowhere. Regigigas.
The Magician Thief is Regigigas.
And with that, you wake up, and we end this episode.
Rose is upset. This is episode 3 all over again. Except this time Rose is upset at the Magician Thief.
Kyle's low-key a little upset at Rose. Kyle wanted answers, and Rose just... I don't know if Kyle can piece together that Rose is the one who interrupted the dream, or not.
With a full success, I'll leave that to Daisy.
No, because
Would you like
I
to-
mean, Kyle's experienced this before, but I mean, Kyle doesn't know where it came from. I think Kyle at this
Yeah,
point
I'll-
knows. Kyle knows it wasn't the Magician Thief. That's for sure, from the way the Magician Thief acted.
I will leave it up to how Kyle feels he understands Rose. Because if he thinks that he would recognize certain things, then he would probably know, but...
I think, well, Kyle's at a point where it's like, Kyle's like, okay, we got, like this dream didn't end. We got kicked out of this dream. Again.
Yeah.
And I don't know if he puts together whether or not Rose is the one who did it. Kyle will not be surprised if he learns that Rose is the one who did it. And he will be upset if he learns Rose is the one who did it.
Cool. An interesting
and as always, I'm
episode.
upset at Anirudh because, of course.
Oh yeah, well that's of course that's
That's
standard. Well, I did say this was going to be a long dream. I said that in the last episode. I don't know if that made it into the episode or not, but I did say I wanted to do a real long, nice, cool, involved dream.
Maybe a
I had
quiet
two
walk
options.
to the edge.
I did say I had 2 options, so as I drop one of my die, that other option just stays in the ether forever.
Rose would have had some alternate dream.
Yeah, it would have been me beating the heck out of the Magician Thief.
I'd be down. That'd be fun.
Just stop, please, please. I'll tell you who I am. Just stop it.
But that is the end of this episode, everyone. In the next one, something happens as they go towards the edge. Who knows? Presumably, I would assume. A fun little dream here. If you haven't already and you're interested, join our Patreon. We get the post-game show right after this that we're going to record. I'm sure this is going to be a fun, joyful experience that I can't wait to hear. So, looking forward to that. Looking forward to all of this. Thank you very much for listening, watching, and supporting in any way, shape, or form that you do. I have been your PM, your DM, your GM, Andrew himself.
I've been Muhammad playing Kyle.
And I've been Daisy, causing chaos.
And until next time, just remember the mask isn't always visible.